Boris Johnson will not cave in on fisheries at the 11th hour as post-Brexit trade talks with the European Union remain on the brink. Brexit negotiations between the UK and Brussels continue to hang by a thread, with outstanding issues over fishing blocking the pathway to an agreement. The EU is demanding continued access to UK waters beyond the Brexit transition period and has set a mid-November deadline for a deal to be completed. The Prime Minister has vowed to take the UK out of the EU's Common Fisheries Policy (CFP) and hand fishing stocks and quotas back to British fishermen. EU chiefs have warned there will be no wider trade deal if there is not an agreement on fishing, and it is understood the bloc only wants the UK to retain between 10 and 20% of fish stocks for its vessels beyond December 31. A senior government source has described the figure as derisory. Speaking to the Sunday Times, they added, "The figure is in the teens, percentage-wise. It's ridiculous." Former Prime Minister Ted Heath signed the UK up to the controversial CFP in 1970. The deal allowed fishermen from across Europe to plunder the UK's rich fishing waters to the detriment of British vessels. Under the agreement, fishing areas of all EU states is considered one zone, with each nation only allowed to control the natural resources in its exclusive economic zone of 12 nautical miles. Another official insisted the Prime Minister is determined not to make the same mistake. They said, "He has been going around all week saying that he's not prepared to be the new Ted Heath." The EU has set a deadline of November 19 for a deal to be agreed to coincide with a summit of EU leaders. The finer details of legal texts would then start being exchanged on the week beginning November 23. A source close to the negotiations added, "If a deal happens, we think it will be early that week. It could conceivably go another day or two, but I don't see how it can go any longer than that." Meanwhile, Downing Street has doubled down on its stance on Brexit and has reassured Tory MPs there will be no compromising from the UK side. It comes in the wake of the shock departure from number 10 of Chief Brexiteer and Special Advisor to the Prime Minister, Dominic Cummings. Brexit Party leader Nigel Farage feared this could lead to the UK caving into Brussels' demands at the last minute.